How are you? We're back on Smells Like 90's Rock. We're just going down
Talking
memory
about 70s horror movies.
going down memory lane, talking about 70s horror movies. I'm getting ready to post a picture of
Wontons.
wontons on our page, saying that I'm
Currently obsessed with.
currently obsessed with them. But yeah, this movie's called Burnt Offerings, and the spirit of the old lady consumes the wife.
Okay.
Very last scene of the film, the wife is dressed up as the old lady, kind of like a Norman Bates type thing.
Okay.
Throws her husband out the window, lands on the car, kid's in the car, scares him half to death, and he gets splattered with blood because his dad just bursts right into the car.
Right.
And then he runs out, and the house crumbles to kill the kid. And so the end
No
of the movie,
NC-17
no,
rating.
no, and so everybody from that and the little family dies.
Can we just make a point that this conversation was derived from the movie Freddy Got Fingered?
Yes. Yeah, how did we get off on that? Oh, it was NC-17.
The kid dying.
Because the kid gets killed at the end of that film. Same thing. But no, that was a guilty pleasure, that movie, when I was a kid. I used to like the Freddy Got Fingered. It was a funny film.
I've never actually seen it.
It's terrible.
But
It is disgusting. But because it is a Tom Green film.
And yeah, let's face it, there's something wrong with that guy.
There's something very bad wrong.
What's he doing nowadays?
Not a whole hell of a lot. He's not doing anything at this point.
I don't want to look it up. I want to know if he's actually as unhinged as
He's not. He kind of might come back like in the mid 2000s, like 2006, 7, somewhere in there, and he had calmed down dramatically. But and I think that really hurt him in a lot of ways. So yeah, he's not great.
He's not great.
He's
no.
not great anymore.
Let's see.
But he's just kind of
What he's doing. I guess he's just doing stand-up comedy.
he's gotten
nowadays.
fat. Look at that.
Yeah, he's a little. He's not too bad. He's a little heavier.
He's heavy. I'm gonna give him that. He's heavy.
Let's see. Personal life.
He was married to Drew Barrymore for a hot second.
Yeah. Not really doing anything. Yeah, except maybe stand-up comedy, and that's about it.
I mean, his shtick was he was gross out, and eventually gross out.
That
became-
loses its novelty.
It does.
Quickly,
It does.
unless you're like the people of Jackass fame.
Well,
Although
even
that's
that
lost,
guy. Yeah,
They stretched it out for like a decade.
that
so-
was an early. The gross out thing was kind of a late '90s, early 2000s thing.
Yeah.
And it was over.
Yeah, but I mean, they stretched that franchise into about a solid decade.
Yeah, but nobody cared. Like after the first film,
I don't know.
nobody cared after the first film. They really didn't. And then
It might just be my cousin that cared because
Exactly.
Johnny Knoxville went to her high school.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you had the movies. The show was only on for 25 episodes. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I don't think I ever actually watched any episodes while it was on the air.
There's only
I saw a few reruns.
and the only reason why I know that is because I looked it up the other day because I was like, how that show was not on long, and I looked and it had like 2 or 3 seasons, one of those types of things.
Yeah.
But the episodes in all were like 25. That was it. And
For good reason. It probably dumbed down a significant portion of America.
yeah,
That's
and
not the thing that young adolescent boys should watch.
not really.
If they really want to
And
stimulate
I'm sure it went through enough
brains.
controversy of people actually doing those stunts because nobody listens to the warning at the beginning.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody gives a crap. They'll do it anyway. If they want to do it, they'll do it. Simple as that.
I actually saw it was just like a tiny YouTube video. It was just like 7 minutes long, but it was more or less titled "How Jackass Ruined a Few Lives," but it was
Oh.
like the lives of the people on the show.
Oh yeah,
Like people who got
Oh,
addicted
they-
to pain pills because of their injuries.
they're all messed up.
Whose lives spun out of control into drug addiction, things like that.
They all had alcohol and drug addictions, and then one of them died in a car accident. So it's like, that show was terrible. It did terrible things, but we watched it.
We did watch
because
it.
we wanted to. Celebrity Deathmatch will always live on.
Never watched that.
It will always live on as one of my favorite all-time favorite MTV shows.
I never actually watched that.
Good show. I miss the Celebrity Deathmatch.
Eh.
But yeah, you had a poo story.
Oh yeah, it involves my cousin.
Yay! More family Pooh stories. Hit it with us. Hit us with it.
Well, this happened, when I was in my teens. I guess we were cleaning out my grandma's house.
Oh.
But what was that?
I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited.
One of my aunts, we were cleaning out the basement. My aunt found a shirt that had cat poop all over it.
Oh.
But it was like a tie-dye hippie shirt. She was like, "Oh, my daughter would really like this." So she washed it, gave it to her daughter. My cousin. My cousin showed up the next day at the house wearing the shirt.
Oh, and did you inform her there was poo on it?
Just because I was that kind of teenager, I was like, "Hey, just so you know." That shirt had a lot of cat poop on it when we first found it, and she was like, "Mom, did it really have a lot of cat poop on it?" And my aunt goes, like, "It wasn't that much." She's like, "Mom,
come on!
That wasn't the best poo story, but it was a poo story."
That's a poo story. And again, it just culminates. Your life is poo.
It is.
It has been dominated by poo. And nobody's life. No one would believe it. If they didn't know you, they would not.
Mr. Hanky is my god.
You.
I wish I hadn't said that on the air.
I'm glad you did, because it's gonna be the tagline this week, I think.
No, don't.
Mr. Hanky is my god.
He's my messiah.
He is. I'm okay. Possible taglines. I'll listen to the rest of the show and make the decision. But that was pretty good, because it's another one of those seamless ones that you do. It was seamless.
It was very spontaneous.
It was. It just worked. It just worked out so well.